Smells like rain out there.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Bogey Row Banter.
You walk outside sometimes and people say like it smells like rain, but it really
It does
smells
smell
like
like
rain.
I don't like the smell of rain.
I don't either because it makes me
like
sad because it's like it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Connor's still out of town, and so Silas is mixing the show today.
Yeah.
But we also don't have the camera set up, so you can't see Silas. But if you're listening, you'll be able to hear him just the same. And if you're here or if you're watching, Silas is just behind the camera. Just know that.
Yeah.
He's there.
So we were trying to think through what to do for this week's banter. I have a few different ideas that I'm going to bring up. First, if you haven't heard of our Heiser Club, it's our Patreon. It's called the Heiser Club. We have Heiser Club members, and every month we do a contest. This month's contest was for prototype DGA Katrina Allen fairway driver,
It's a rolling
and it was
machine.
I like that thing, man.
yeah,
I put one in the bag.
nice.
It's good.
What's it do for you?
It
flips.
Like I can flip it over.
Yeah, I was gonna say I liked it because I could throw it flat and roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we put in and said submit your best dad jokes, and so what I decided is I'm going to read these dad jokes to y'all. And live on the banter, we'll pick the winner of the Patreon contest.
Oh.
So
I'm not going to read all of them because I'll kind of filter.
read off
ones
some of the
that-
best, and we'll give them like an out of 10 rating.
rating, yeah.
out
We'll
of
just
10.
see if it makes y'all laugh.
I'm pretty good at not laughing if I don't want to.
Yeah.
This one's kind of funny.
Okay.
So we'll start with it. I'm just going to, first off,
Dad jokes to me just need to be like very clever and very cheesy.
I'm going to just scroll through and like there's some of them that
Puns
just
are
have
good.
likes for some reason.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
puns.
And I'm just going to read the ones that have likes first and then I'll read through.
Okay. Hit me.
What do you call
He's
a
already
girl?
laughing.
This is from Adam Lawrence. What do you call a girl swinging with no arms? Sarah. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not Sarah.
I've heard that one before. That's not a dad joke, though.
No, that's a dark. That's
yeah,
like
that's
dark
like an anti-humor joke. Yeah.
Anti-joke.
That was not funny
No.
to me.
Okay, fine.
I
Gee, Silas.
I give that a 1.
I've heard that too many times, but it's not a
Nathan
dad
said-
joke. Disqualified. NA. Not
Nathan.
applicable.
I kept wondering why that disc was getting bigger and bigger. Then it hit me.
That's a dad joke. I'll give that like a.
That's good.
That's like a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
I give it a 5.
A 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
A man
Give
was
me a
rushed
good
to the
chuckle.
hospital today with 23 small toy horses in his rectum. Doctors described his condition as stable.
That's a good.
All right, that's like an 8 out of 10. That's pretty
I
funny.
give that a 7.
That's good. I've never heard that one before. All right.
Oh, this is funny. I had to read it in my head because I didn't understand it. Okay. Never challenge death to a pillow fight unless you're prepared for the repercussions.
The repercussions.
Repercussions.
That's really good.
But
It's
repercussions.
almost too clever, though. I'll give it a 7.
I give it a 5.
Sometimes you have to be a little more obvious than that.
Yeah. I need more obvious.
Did
That's
you know,
pretty funny. That's one that I'd laugh at more if I was reading it because it's easier to double sound the word.
Yes, when you
you
read
read it.
Yeah.
Did you know that French fries weren't actually cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece.
Haha, that's good.
The 3.
I like that.
A
No,
3?
I like that.
That was
Yeah.
a good one,
I give
man.
it a 6. Give me a good
Why do
chuckle.
dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
You know what? You know what the easiest way to do this is going to be is we'll just hold on a second. Just let me.
That's mid-joke.
Yeah, he was
interject.
mid-joke, dude.
But I think
Called for.
Can't do that.
I think we'll just have like a champ, and then if we read one that's better than the champ, we'll make
Okay,
that the
so
new
who's
champ.
the champ currently?
The champ was the
the horse.
the horse one,
The
23
the butt
horses.
joke.
the stable.
So John Thornton is the current champ.
Okay, John.
All right. Why do dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I don't know.
In case they get a hole
Hole
in
in
one.
one.
Oh, that's good.
Does that
That's
top
like a
the champ?
5. That's right in the middle.
Yeah,
top the
yeah,
champ.
that's like a 5.5.
Yeah.
I give it.
I think we gave a 15 to the current champ. So
Yeah. We said 8 and 7.
Zach says, why isn't your nose 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot.
Ah, that's good. I like that one.
dang, that's actually pretty good. That's like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
So is that the new champ, though?
I give it a.
I don't think it is quite.
I don't think it quite.
But that is really funny.
I give it a 7 as well. That was a good one though. That's definitely second.
That joke didn't even make any sense. I'm not going to read it. I always feel bad for my dog. Whenever I ask him how his day was, he just says rough.
No.
That's not cutting it.
No. No.
I give it
Oh,
a
this
2.
this one gets a point for clearly they wrote this joke.
Okay.
It's not going to get many points beyond that, but what did Ricky Wysocki say to his pig every time he threw it?
Oink.
Hello, handsome.
No.
Good try.
Creativity.
Like
was
I'll
there.
give you a 3 just because you tried to make a disc golf dad joke, and that's impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at least
That's what
they
I would've
put
done.
effort of like right.
I would have just
tried.
looked for funny dad jokes and then just like moved them into the disc golf sphere. Just changed words.
Yeah.
Just something I would have done. Being a dad just like comes naturally.
What do you call a deer that can't see? No idea.
No idea.
What do you call a deer with no
good.
legs
That's
that
like a
can't see?
6.
Still no idea. Well, you didn't let me get to the second part because it's
Wait.
supposed to be no idea.
Still no idea.
And then what do you call a deer with no legs that can't see? Still no idea.
Okay, that's really funny.
Because the first one's just like a no idea.
No, that's a 7.
I think it's because like
That's second.
That's a 5.
if you were to say this in a northern accent, it wouldn't. But we're hearing a southern
Still
accent,
no
like just
idea.
in general, from like so no idea sounds like no idea.
That's funny. That's a
Yeah.
7. That's good.
I give it a 5.
Not the new
Sorry.
champ though.
No,
No.
the rectums joke is just too good.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
I don't know.
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
I like that.
This is a fun. I like laughing. It's like a 6. It's pretty good.
I give it a 7.
I accidentally gave my wife a glue stick instead of her lipstick. She still isn't talking to me.
I mean, it's like a 5.
It's all right.
Okay,
That's
okay.
all right.
I feel like I'm disappointing y'all, but I didn't write these.
I know. It's a weird situation.
Like I feel like someone's just telling me that. That's not like
That's
a
true.
joke.
That's true. Son, I used to really hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
No.
I mean, that's a
all
classic
right.
dad joke.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got to take
2.
points away from the bagels because it was double submitted. So someone else. That's clear Google.
All right, that's like a.
Well, I mean,
that's
I'm
like
sure
a
just
4
about
now.
everybody Googled, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
My dog was chasing and biting people on a bike. So eventually I had to take away his bike.
I don't think that's a dad joke, but that's really funny.
Oh,
That's really funny. Not a dad joke. NA, not applicable.
no, NA.
What?
Right?
That one doesn't even make sense.
Please do not let the horse in the butt joke
It might do it.
win.
Gotta be something.
Like that makes me feel like a bad person.
Yeah.
I can't read that one.
Yeah, that's not even a dad joke, anyways.
How does a hamburger introduce his girlfriend?
I don't know.
Meat patty.
Meat patty.
That's good.
That's a 7.
That's good.
Still isn't going to top it?
That's another 7. No, it doesn't top.
What do the socks say to the pants?
I don't know.
Sup, britches?
I like that. I like that.
I don't know if that's quite. It is a dad joke, slightly. That's like a 6 for me.
What do you call a fish
give it
wearing
a
a bow
7.
tie? Sophisticated.
I like that. I give that a 5.
I asked my wife when her birthday was. She said March 1st. So I walked around the room and asked her again.
I've heard that one before. That's the only reason that didn't land on me.
Well, Silas is just
I don't get it.
March 1st.
March 1st. Like you need to march
Oh.
first. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you walk. Yeah.
Why should
Sorry.
dads wear shades when they tell jokes? To protect them from their son's glare.
That's funny.
It's all right.
It's like a 5.
Yeah. All these are so mediocre.
Come on, bring the heat,
I
Hunter.
don't think there is any more heat.
Bring the heat.
I asked my dog what's 2 minus 2. He said nothing.
He
Okay.
said,
The dog didn't answer. He said nothing.
yeah, okay. I was looking for a dog pun. Didn't really get
It's
it.
not one.
It's like an anti-joke, I guess.
Why are there fences around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in
I just
there.
made that one the other day.
Yeah. Well,
Huh.
I
on the
think the
list.
horse in the
Okay,
rectum
that
is
one's-
going to win.
Yeah.
I think the horse in the rectum is
The
going to win.
condition is stable. It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Yeah, no.
Why do cows wear bells?
I don't know.
Because their horns don't work.
It's not going to do it. Nothing's going to
They're
cut
cows. They don't have
it. I
horns.
don't think if this is what you're scratching the bottom of the
Yeah.
barrel with at this
It
point, then
does.
I don't think anybody's beating the horses in the stable.
What are the strongest days of the week?
I don't know.
Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays.
That's funny.
I like
That's
that.
funny.
I give it a 7.
I want to
give
know if
that
I
a
can.
7.
I just want to know if I can Google.
What did Spartacus say when he found out his wife was eaten by a lion?
Hmm.
Nothing. He was gladiator.
That's
Oh,
funny. That's funny.
I like that. I give it.
I think I've read them all now.
I just want to know if I could like
6.5.
literally.
I think I've read them all. So 23
all?
small toy horses in the rectum. Congrats, John Thornton. Butt jokes always land. What can I say?
Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
I don't think that beats the rectum one.
No, I'm
it
just
doesn't.
there's
More because it's 23 small toy horses. Like, why 23?
Yeah.
how do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince.
That's good.
So just anyone could have Googled these and submitted them.
Yeah. Try to
Wait,
Google the small toy horses
hold on.
one.
I don't get this one. Wait, I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. Oh, because food. Okay, it was a fat joke.
Oh.
Took me a second.
All right. Well, there you have it. John Thornton, congrats. You've won the Patreon contest. Secondary topic I brought. I came prepared for this show if you didn't tell.
Nice, dude.
Secondary thing. I didn't actually come fully prepared because I haven't done this yet. I thought it'd be fun because Connor has some opinions on conspiracy theories surrounding the pyramids. So we never bring it up
What's
in front
the best
of him.
thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
That's funny.
Silas,
The flag's it's
where
red
is the
with a.
where is the van
I don't-
key?
Oh yeah, where is the van?
Where's
key?
the van key?
Yeah.
Probably in the van.
It's still there.
I haven't used the van.
Okay.
In the van?
Yeah, because remember
Yeah, and then I assumed you were gonna use it, you goon.
and I didn't use it. But there should be two.
Yeah, the other
The
one's
other
here.
key's here.
Okay. That's wonderful.
In the van. So
Van
I'm
key's
blaming
in the
this on
van.
you, by the way. I'm
Whoa,
throwing you
come
under the
on,
bus
dude.
because it is your fault.
What?
Because I told you it was there.
You put the key.
When I say something to you like that,
you
like,
put
I-
the key in
Yeah,
the van.
and you showed up like minutes later, and I told you like, by the way, the key's in the center. Like when I say something like that, you have to be thinking like
Why
it's
would-
because I'm going to use the van.
Why would I go out to the van if I didn't need to use the van?
If somebody told me
Point
that,
Silas.
if somebody told me that
Boom.
though, like I would be like, okay, well I'm not using it, but I guess I should probably grab the van key.
Well, I just
Point
forgot. I
Trevor, 1-1.
forgot. I forgot that.
I'm throwing you under the bus.
No, I was using.
Brad's gonna murder
I wasn't
you.
gonna use the van. You take the packages like at the end of the day. So I forgot that the key was still in the van because I didn't even use the van. Why was I going to the van? I had no reason to go.
lots
to
of
the
good
van.
points being made.
That's all I'm saying.
So anyways, Connor's very opinionated on the pyramids and how they were part of a much larger scheme. So we never bring up conspiracy theories in front of him because of the fact that like he gets very heated and it's way too easy for us to like joke around.
It's way too easy.
It's way too easy for us to get under his
I don't
skin
think
when
there's
referring
any
to the-
conspiracy theories that I am like passionate about because I haven't done. There's only a couple that I've done research on enough to have strong opinions on, and it's usually in the other direction. Like people who think the moon landing is fake, I've seen enough to believe very confidently that it is real. And like because a lot of the counterpoints that people who just barely know the conspiracy theory they bring up are very stupid and already been disproven.
So that's the
I
first
haven't
one on
done
this
research.
list.
I haven't
Faked
done
moon
research
landing.
at all. But I will. Tell
I'm
you
gonna try.
My opinion.
You're gonna
I
tell
think-
what
I will tell you my opinion.
On the moon
on the
landing?
moon landing?
What is it?
You want to know?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm,
that's
that's,
what
that's
we're
what
talking
we're.
about.
I'm fascinated.
Why would
Yeah.
it be faked?
Well, there's a lot of reasons to
Well,
fake it.
the reasons
Okay.
to
There
have
was a
faked it
race
would be
to
to,
the
to
moon
be
going
to
on.
bankrupt the
Right.
Soviets. The reason, I've seen just so many things get disproven. A lot of it has to do with basically the computer graphics that they had
Yeah.
access
okay,
to back then.
When was the landing? I don't even know.
In the late 60s.
What year? Yeah. Okay. They barely had cameras.
VFX
But it's the
video
government.
cameras.
So like,
Yes.
I am on fully on team. The moon landing's real, but I've watched like
I
3
think-
hour long documentaries on why it's real, and the points being brought up as to why it's fake. They have answers for all these questions. You're
Right.
asking.
That's what I'm saying. The reason I believe in it is mostly because all of the points I've ever seen brought up as to why it's fake, as far as like things that you can see, not just like, well, why would they have gone to the moon? Like that's not a good argument. It was the late 60s. Why did they do a lot of things back then?
The best argument I think that they have is why haven't we went back?
We're going back. I think because it's useless.
What's on the moon?
The only reason we are
We're
It's
now
a big rock.
the only reason
52
NASA
years
is
since they
now
went.
going back to the moon is to use it as a launch point to get to Mars. And essentially, what they've said is there's something they can use on the moon I forget what it is. I think it was to help create fuel to get to Mars from there. They said they were going back to the moon I forget. This was before the pandemic hit, but they had a plan to get back to the moon by a certain year that wasn't very far away. I think they said they're going back by 2030.
Now here's a
How long
fascinating
does it
one I've
take
never
to get to
heard.
the moon?
Not long.
This is on like
I don't
I
even
just
think it's that
searched.
long.
This is the craziest conspiracy theories that people actually believe. So I'm gonna scroll through and just pick ones I haven't heard of, because like the JFK assassination stuff like that's on here, but those are very common
If you
ones.
get into government stuff, then it's kind of like
You're never gonna know. This one's fascinating. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, is at the heart of a lot of crazy conspiracy theories, including people who believe that when they discovered the Higgs boson in 2012, don't know what that is, they inadvertently created a black hole and the Earth was sucked into it. These people think that the world ended in 2012. We just haven't realized it yet.
Like we're in a black hole. Now,
How can
guess.
you can't.
do you
create a
not? Do they
black
understand
hole.
how? Yeah. First of all, do you understand how black holes work? Like things don't like survive in black holes. Also, we have like telescopes and stuff in space. And we are sending like Tesla is sending things to space, like private organizations that aren't government funded. So like, why would they be keep? That's the thing about a lot of the conspiracy theories I hear. Like for instance, like the moon landing faking and stuff, are like there's way too many people involved that would have had to keep that secret. Like there's just way too many. Like do you know how much money that secret would cost? How much money that book or movie would make? Like I understand you can threaten people with everything when you're the government, but like to a certain degree, somebody's going to leak something.
Yeah.
So like the fact, like as if we're in a black hole right now and nobody who can pick up their telescope and look out. How do you explain the moon if we're in a
stars and stuff can be sucked into a
so
black
we all
hole.
so like our surrounding universe got sucked into a black hole?
I've never heard this before. I'm
That's
saying
crazy.
Surely there's answers.
Listen, man, I watched Interstellar at least 2 or 3 times, man,
Dude,
and I
that
just
movie's
can't.
so
yeah,
good.
that can't happen.
I love that movie.
Now here's
That just can't happen. If you go into a black hole, you're gonna be talking Morse code with a bookshelf, and that's all I know.
So for a long time, I've actually heard this one before. People have discussed that Walt Disney used cryogenics to freeze himself when he died.
I've heard that.
Even
People
though
are doing that, though,
the Disney
right?
family refutes the
actually a
claim.
thing? Like,
However, the new theory is that the Walt Disney Company created Frozen as a way to hack Google's search algorithm and distract consumers from information about the late Walt Disney's possible Frozen procedure. So when you search Disney Frozen,
that's
it comes up with the movie
crazy.
Frozen. So they think
There are some.
that's the way they did
So
it.
sometimes I hear conspiracy theories that are kind of ridiculous, but they're so clever that I want them to be true.
Yeah.
Because like that is awesome.
Well, this one might just be like whether the original conspiracy theory is true or not. They're just sick of people looking into it, and so they're like, "Well, let's just make a movie
called Frozen. 'Cause
Frozen."
They
So when
didn't
you
have to name that movie Frozen.
When you search Disney and Frozen together, no matter what, it comes up with the movie now.
That is
That's
amazing. That cryogenics thing is real. Like, it's not the technology, obviously, but people like freezing themselves to hopefully
To,
be
like,
resurrected.
preserve?
Yeah, like so.
How does that work? Does it just slow your heart rate down? Like
no, like
slow-
you're dead. You're dead.
But they're freezing
They're keeping
you
your
to
body.
keep your body in that condition in hopes that technology will
Can
eventually
bring
be
your
able to bring you back
conscious
to
back.
life.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what the hope is.
That's
So people are
wild.
like paying.
There's
to freeze
been like
themselves.
disputes because there was a baseball player, Ted Williams, very famous baseball player. There was a dispute within his family because there were certain people that wanted, basically like there were people in the family that had coerced him into doing that, and like other people in the family didn't agree with it, and there was like a big lawsuit over it. It's crazy stuff.
Now this one I've actually heard, and I think I'm a believer in this one.
Oh.
That
Here
the Denver International Airport is, well, it says Illuminati's headquarters. I think it's just the headquarters. I think it's the Freemasons headquarters, but the New World Order.
What's your
Why is
reason to
that?
believe?
Well, I've watched plenty of documentaries on this. First off,
Here we go.
The airport was paid for by the New World Airport Commission.
What's that?
Exactly, it doesn't exist, but it has the word New World in it, right? Then there's a lot of post-apocalyptic artwork just all throughout the airport for, again, no reason at all. But like if you look at the artwork that's all up there,
Are we flying to Denver?
very like scary and weird stuff. Then there's this intricate tunnel system beneath the airport that they will admit you can see videos of that's truly there, that they claim was just for baggage claim, but that it broke down and they just never repaired it. That's their claim for why there's all this intricate deep tunneling
There's
under the
deep
airport.
tunneling that would have been baggage claim.
Yeah. and they say I forget, it was close to like $1 billion invested in it.
What?
And then it broke, and they just never fixed it. Like, you're gonna invest that much money into something and just not fix it.
That is crazy.
And there's a lot of other like random stuff of like the way that the airport was built, and a lot of like symmetry or like symbolism in the airport that is very tied to the New World Order and like Freemasons and stuff.
That's wild. And
It's crazy stuff.
So you're a
Bogey Bros
believer.
battle Denver.
No, I ain't going near that crap.
I don't even think I'd want to fly into that airport
No,
because
I
like you
think-
think if something crazy is going to go down, it's
That
going to
thing's
happen there.
terrifying.
It's going to get sucked into a black hole.
Yeah, I mean, so
Bro, that's
Just a
wild. And
portal's
I'm
gonna open
where's
up.
that?
You gotta
Where's
look
that?
into
Where
it.
is that documentary?
it was on the
Netflix?
History Channel. I don't know how I found it, but you
I'm
can
gonna
find it
have-
on.
I'm
You
gonna
can
have to
find
check
some of
that
it on
out.
YouTube. There's plenty of information about this out there.
That's
just Google
crazy.
it.
So are a lot of people believers?
Documentaries
Oh,
are so
yeah.
scary though because like
A whole lot.
they're always like it's so hard to find like a documentary. Like nobody makes a documentary and is like, here's the argument for and against this theory. It's just always like for it or against it. So it's like,
There's no neutral.
but there is stuff like you mentioned. Like there's stuff that's just like undeniably like there's no reason for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let me just pull up a picture of
Maybe it
the
was
Denver
just the
airport
designer
artwork.
who was like, "Hey, post."
No, look at. Let me
post-apocalyptic.
show you this
Hey,
Show me like an example of
That's
artwork.
mural.
theme.
I'm gonna just show you the mural there.
That's like the new trendy theme, man.
yeah,
Post-apocalyptic.
post-apocalyptic.
Duh.
No, but this is like
Get
old.
with the
So look at
times.
this. This is in an airport, right? So it's a dude. I forget what he's supposed to represent, but has a gas mask and stuff on. And then he's like, I think this is a bunch of. I can't zoom in, so you can see like people, like a bunch of like sad people affected by war and stuff like that. And then you can see like a broken down thing, and like
Why would you want?
they're
people-
bringing
is-
forth the New World Order.
Wait,
I mean,
why
it-
would you want to do that?
From a guy who
wouldn't
just was
you
in an
want to,
airport,
like-
like it's all hotel art typically.
But this isn't. Like, why would
No.
you? Why is that in an airport? Is the question. And like, this is another one. Of like, there's the soldier dead, right?
Why-
and
why
then
would you wanna
everyone's
give
together
people
with the
hints?
nice
Denver's
rainbow
just
bringing forth the
crazy,
New World
man.
Order.
Why would you want to give people hints about like what you're doing?
Well,
makes
if
no
it is the
sense.
Freemasons, it's so deep and so deeply tied that like, it's all hidden and stuff that they can.
Stay away from that.
throw
Denver.
it
Is
all
that the
in the
biggest?
light
Is
of
that like
the-
the main Denver airport?
Yeah, that's the Denver airport.
Oh my gosh, we can't ever go.
I'm just saying.
I like Denver. I think I wanted to visit there, but not
Denver?
anymore, dude.
Oh, this is a very common one that we're living in the Matrix. It's more of a philosophical question. People think we're living
Like
in
a
a simulation.
Yeah, that's
simulation?
That's ridiculous.
It's more so like you can't prove you're not.
well, yeah, that's
That's
I
the
mean,
biggest psychological question. Is there's
Yeah.
no way you can prove you're not in the Matrix right now.
sick.
And there's no way you would know. But people do it.
Do you
people
think?
like.
Do you think if
because
we
of-
were in the Matrix, that the Matrix simulation would let us make a movie about the Matrix?
probably just for irony, just for fun? Like, why wouldn't you? That'd be fun. Be fun.
Yeah, I guess. Man, that's crazy. I'm not gonna give any time to that.
Now here's a new one. The moon isn't real.
I've heard this one.
Some people
before.
think the
What?
moon doesn't exist.
Yeah.
They think it's just simply a projection.
That is just the stupidest thing ever.
Dude, we saw the coolest moon of all time.
like people just.
In
There is
Texas.
so many.
Really?
There is so
What makes a
many
cool moon?
space
I think the projector
or
was
Earth.
messed up when it was projecting on the horizon.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
What makes
So-
a cool moon?
No,
So
it's
it was
called a
it was
low moon.
Yeah, so it's a full moon,
Okay.
right? But in Virginia, we have so many hills and mountains that you can't see the moon rise, right? But
Okay.
in Texas, it was bored flat. So when the moon met the horizon, the warp of the curvature of the Earth made the moon look huge.
It looked like we were gonna drive into a giant
Yeah,
building.
you could only see
Really?
half the moon.
Oh, it was
and it
freaking
covered the
crazy.
entire.
And it was, like,
in front of
super
us,
orange,
it covered
too.
the entire like 4-lane highway.
We literally didn't know
How?
if it was the
I
moon
don't
or
know.
a building or something.
We kept being like, "That's not the moon.
It's
There's
an
no way."
illusion.
But then it slowly raised, and as it raised, it got smaller. And
It's
smaller.
not uncommon. Apparently, it's just like we don't
yeah,
see it.
we
around
don't see
here.
it because it happens behind the mountains.
it was awesome.
But like there, it was just flat.
It
And
just
so
cracks me up how
it was
many
insane.
of these conspiracy theories, like the flat Earth or any of the space ones, really like basically you're not only denying like just looking outside, but like denying any of like the telescopes or satellites or rovers or anything we've ever done and
There's
sent
no
into
way
space.
you can project that.
No.
Like, what?
Oh, have y'all ever seen?
You gotta
This
have a
one brought
surface
something
to
else up in my head
project
because this one was about. Have y'all seen the Titanic conspiracy?
Which
that it was
one?
intentionally sunk.
By who?
Ooh,
the
maybe the owner doesn't.
No,
No, the owner
what?
gets off the
Let me
boat.
read it. Let me
well, this
read
is
it.
the movie. I haven't watched the movie, and now I'm gonna try to give you factual
I
information.
haven't seen the movie.
Well, yeah, but DiCaprio, he dies, right?
Uh,
So the Titanic movie is actually pretty fascinating, but
JP P. Morgan. So
I don't know.
I don't want to butcher it, but I'm having trouble finding. This
Was
is
it
like
realistic? Was it
Yes.
was it good?
yeah,
never seen the
it's-
Titanic
No,
movie?
it's very
I haven't
realistic. It's
seen it.
very much like it paints the terror of that night for sure, and it's a very big feat of practical VFX for that era too. It was one of the
Okay,
top
here we
grossing
go.
movies of all time.
So listen to this. The man who funded the building of the Titanic, J.P. Morgan, canceled his long-awaited journey.
As in the bank.
Yes, the man who founded the bank.
Oh, he was
JP
the
Morgan.
owner?
He was the
He
one
funded
who
it.
funded the building of the Titanic.
Oh.
He canceled his long-awaited journey just hours before its proposed departure. 3 of the wealthiest men on Earth, whom were against the creation of the Federal Reserve Bank, happened to be invited aboard for its maiden voyage. It has their names. That's not really important. It then headed full speed into a known iceberg field with less than half the required lifeboats, no red signal flares, no Rothschild or Rockefeller on board, and sank at the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean. Less than a year later, now that the wealthy opposition was out of the way, the Federal Reserve was created and the USA was turned into an incorporated business with its own business ID number. So essentially, the claim is that J.P. Morgan intentionally sunk the Titanic to get rid of his
That's a
opposition,
marvelous idea.
to get rid of his opposition.
If he did that,
Talk about-
Move forward.
congrats,
The only
dude.
thing that I mean, you got to think big picture, but that was a really expensive boat. So
Yeah.
it must have been.
But
really
think of
worth
how
it.
much money it was going to make him if he got rid of those people.
The planning.
That's what you have to
There's
think
just my thing is imagine you're thinking about how to get rid of some guys and you're like, no, let's not hire hitmen. Let's go ahead and build the world's biggest boat ever and sink it. That's what seems a
someone
little
also
far
said
fetched.
that there is,
Easier
like-
ways to
of. Well,
do
it
it.
almost
I think
sounds
there's
like to
also
me-
something with insurance money alongside it.
Maybe it almost sounds like to me like he maybe already funded the boat and then realized they were going on it and then maybe had an improvised plan.
I don't know.
Because to make that your plan to get rid of those guys is insane.
Does it say why he got he didn't go on the boat?
No, that's the thing is when people like J.P. Morgan, the company, has come out and obviously been against him and that's not true at all.
Right.
But historians can't find any documents as to why he actually canceled his trip. But there is documented facts that he did not go on the boat. They can't figure out why he didn't though.
That's fishy.
It's enough to let you,
Yeah.
just enough to just
JP,
dangle it in
you
front of you and
dirty
be
dog.
like, huh.
You guys banking at JP?
I don't know. J.P. Morgan, I feel like
They own banks?
they do a lot. I
Don't
don't
they
know.
I
own
feel like
banks?
they probably do.
J.P. Morgan.
They're
What do they
big.
do? Official website.
What do they do?
Well, this is a blog.
Nice.
Does JP Morgan not exist anymore?
Is J.P.
No,
Morgan fake?
definitely.
Did the recession kick him out in 09?
J.P. Morgan. What do they do?
Who
Or are they
are
investing? Are they an investing?
Company is a
company?
leading global financial service firm with assets of $2.6 trillion in operations
Oh.
worldwide.
Oh.
Just a little
They're leaders in
2.6
investment
trill.
banking, financial services for consumers and small business, commercial banking, financial transaction processing, and asset management.
So
So they're just a bank.
They're a big bank.
J.P. Morgan Chase & Co.
It's Chase. That's
Chase.
what I thought. I knew they owned one. It's Chase.
okay.
You guys chasing?
I don't chase.
I don't chase. So
A
we
Bank
don't.
of America kind of
Yeah,
guy.
we support. Well,
And BB&T, Truist.
I'll find something
nowadays.
I'll find
Yeah.
something. On
After
I
that
just
merger.
saw
we have
they're
the exact
changing all
same banks.
signs.
Yeah, they had merger with
Purple.
SunTrust.
Purple.
Yeah, purple. I do like that color.
Yeah.
A lot better than that maroon.
Yeah, bro.
TFC.
And that script font. Let's get some
Boring.
modern up in here. I want to
Yeah.
be in. It's like the
Yeah.
Tron bank now. it literally looks like the Tron
Their
font.
logo's better. It's like a little square, right?
Yeah, it's
with, like,
basically like
two
a little
T's.
table.
yeah. It's
Anyways,
like the Honda
better.
logo.
we don't support the
BB&T.
Titanic conspiracies by using JP Morgan is what we're saying here.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is a Titanic
This is a
Titanic
pro-
podcast.
It's pro- that's funny. It's a pro.
That's the funniest thing is like there are so many people who get so worked up over using products or whatever because if you even in and this is this version of it is justified. If you don't want to use cruelty free or you want to use
Yeah.
cruelty free, that kind of stuff. But imagine if we all only use certain products because there's conspiracy theories linked that are like far-fetched to competitors or other stuff like that. We're like,
I refuse to
oh,
wear, I
you
refuse
use
to wear
Chase
NASA
Bank?
shirts because of the moon landing.
Yeah, like, oh, you use Chase Bank? Didn't know you hated the Titanic.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I didn't know you endorsed the murdering of competition.
yeah.
With a
That's
steel
funny.
death
Did you know
trap.
that was a murder? That is so funny.
It is fascinating the more you look into the actual Titanic crash of like, there was a lot of warning signs.
The negligence, basically, that
Yeah.
was going down.
Yeah.
It's
It
tough
was
to say.
It's either what people are saying with JP Morgan or
People were just
a
dumb
lot of
back
mistakes
then.
happened.
A lot of mistakes.
People thought they were invincible, man. They weren't.
Isn't someone creating a new Titanic? Has that come
Yeah,
out?
they
Like they're
are.
remaking the boat and it's going to do this exact same
Yes.
track.
Really?
Like
Yes.
who's going on
and
that?
people were
What?
all commenting like, "You've got to be an insane person to put yourself on that boat.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Like, no chance."
Was that like? There's got to be bigger boats.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. If you
Like,
put the
how big
if
was
you
the
put the
Titanic?
Titanic next to like a Royal Caribbean
Let's go
cruise ship,
Titanic.
it looks like an ant.
Compared to
Like, it's not even
cruise
close.
ships.
Not even close.
Yeah, like that's the Titanic in front of a modern cruise ship.
Yeah, it looks like it get run
Tiny.
over.
Oh,
Like,
it's tiny,
Yeah.
tiny. I'm trying to see if I can figure out the size.
it's very.
So the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, which
Which is a big cruise ship.
Is that
I
the
keep in
don't
mind.
Is that the
believe it's
biggest?
the biggest.
It's up there.
It is. It's currently the world's
Yeah.
biggest.
Oh,
So the Titanic was
floating
46,000
city.
tons, could hold 2,000 passengers, 2,400 passengers,
not a lot at
and
all.
892 crew members.
it's like 3,000 people.
Yeah, about 3,200 people. It looks
3,200.
like 3,200, close to 3,300 people. The Symphony of the Seas is 228,000 tons, can hold 6,680 passengers,
Oh wow.
and 2,200 crew members.
And all of those passengers, keep in mind, probably in way bigger and more luxurious
Yeah.
rooms as well.
Yeah.
So
The
really,
iceberg
yeah.
that sank the Titanic was half the size of the Titanic, but would be 1/3 of the size. Of
That's what we
the
need to
Symphony
see
of
is
the
let's
Seas.
put that symphony through that iceberg and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what we really
yeah,
want to
let's
know,
do it.
right?
I mean,
yeah,
the
let's do it.
Titanic
Let's
was
get that
still
going.
Big, but I mean, it was
It
also
wasn't a small boat.
92 feet wide. The Symphony of the Sea is 215 feet wide.
Well, think about it. You got all those pools and those like
There's water slides, man.
water parks on there.
They got a
But at the
equestrian.
time, it was the largest. It was the largest passenger ship in the world when the Titanic was built.
It's a big deal. Unsinkable.
largest passenger.
So they said.
Unsinkable.
In the world.
That's what JP Morgan said. As he
JP.
just set his competition to
He
sail.
lied.
See, in the Titanic movie, the designer and the investor are both on the boat, and the designer guy like goes down with the ship, like he like feels really awful. Obviously, the investor guy is like the super prideful guy, and then he like sneaks himself off the boat, like in front of the women.
He
and
was never
children.
on the boat.
He never was on the boat though. JP.
That's the key.
J
So you're
Pizzle.
saying that movie isn't accurate?
Sounds like it to me.
I mean,
need to remake it.
As far as I know, the movie's pretty historically
I think
accurate.
it's accurate as far as like the timeline of what happened
the
and the
events.
visuals of the events. They
Yeah.
just put you.
Because isn't the
They give you
individuals in
they
it
give you
real?
characters. What?
Isn't the individuals in it real or no?
No.
Yes.
I don't-
Rose. She was like, that was her name,
Like
right?
there were people that were actually.
Is it a real story?
I'm pretty sure.
Hunter, you better be
Hunter.
very careful right now because you might look incredibly foolish.
They're almost entirely fictional. The names are real.
Okay.
Alright.
So they
Jack
took-
Dawson and Rose DeWitt Bunker portrayed are almost entirely fictional.
So they took names.
Modeled the characters. James Cameron modeled the character of Rose after American artist Beatrice Wood, who had no connection to the Titanic history. But
All right,
the
zero
real
connection.
Rose,
You heard that here first, folks.
the real Rose, the real woman Beatrice Wood, the fictional character Rose was modeled after, died at the age of 105. But there's
105. Wow.
the true
That is
stories that
old.
inspired Titanic movie characters.
Imagine getting to age 80 and then like you think you're probably like getting there and then just be like just casually live another 25 years.
That's crazy.
Just like another quarter of a century.
Jeez. Who's the oldest person to live?
Like I haven't even lived one of those yet.
Yeah.
One of those 25-year spans. You get to
The
80. you
oldest
have a whole
person
nother-
alive right now is Kane Tanaka, who is 119 years and 18 days.
Really? There's people that old right
As of 20th of January 2022.
Oh, it's been a while since we checked in on old Kane.
It enjoys calligraphy and calculations.
Who is like, I want to know who was the last person to make it to 120. Google, faster. Who was the last one to make it to 120?
I'm going to just search 120-year-old.
Oh, goated. That guy just sent me the photos from the Bogey Bros battle.
Bogey Bros battle.
Calment.
You guys are using a different intro, right?
Jan Louise Calment outlived both her daughter and her grandson.
That's sad.
In
like, I don't want to do that.
In January 1988, at age 112, she was widely reported to be the oldest person, and in 1995, at the age of 120, was declared to be the oldest person to have ever lived. But it doesn't say when she died. Oh, she died August 4th, 1997. I was a few months old.
122.
At 122 and 164 days.
122.
Wow.
That's basically 5 times my life.
That
what
is
I've lived so far.
Crazy.
122. Dude, Hunter, you can do it, man.
You can do it.
Modern technology.
He's a runner
List
now.
of verified
That's
oldest
wild.
people. Here we go.
Like
100 verified
recorded
oldest
history.
men. We have Jeroen Kimura, 116 years old.
Wow. So the woman.
Christian Mortensen, 115. Emiliano Mercado del Toro, 115, but 100 days younger.
So we 122. That is the oldest documented verified case.
Yes, I believe so. Let me go to 100 verified
That's
oldest
pretty
women.
recent.
Gian,
Consi-
122.
like, you know,
Someone.
when
We have 2. Wait, Kane though is a woman, 119, still living, and there's also Lucille, 118, still living.
My thing is like, what do they need to like verify? Like, do we not have anybody in written history, like even just as far back as like, well, I guess it makes sense to some, like there are like a lot of things that would make you live less long these days, but also there are a lot of things we have now as far as living quality and amenities that will help you live a lot longer.
Yeah, just like the
And just
health
medical,
advancements.
and yeah, just
Just think about
medical
this.
care.
These two that are
Medical
still alive,
advancements,
right? February 1904 and January 1903 is when they were born. So they lived through 2 world wars,
That's ridiculous.
Great Depression, the recession of 2008, COVID-19, Spanish flu's
They
got
have
to be in
seen
there.
it all. Yeah, I think
Dude,
it was
think about it, like-
1917.
Like your kid, Trevor, is gonna ask you like what the coronavirus was like.
My kid's gonna ask me what daylight savings time was like.
Yeah, it is weird. Like
they're
lived.
permanently doing it.
Well, I can't say
Really?
live.
No
but ju-
way.
It
yeah,
passed.
2023.
What?
Well, has it passed all the way up?
Not yet.
Not
But
yet.
if it gets,
Why?
They're getting rid of it.
I don't know, man. I'm not going into this with
I don't-
Hunter.
But we've now lived through. Well, we've lived through multiple things, but like directly been affected by something. Well, I can't say we've lived through because a new wave of COVID could come through, but we've definitely lived through or currently living in something that will be in history books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
wild.
the funny thing is, if COVID really like dies out this time and only ends up lasting a couple years, it killed a lot of people. But like, it'll probably be 50 years from now. It'll be a lot smaller of a blip on people's history books than we would think it. Like,
Well, because it was such a big thing,
right? But
yeah.
it was a small time period.
Yeah,
And there's been
that's
so
a
much
year. That's
worse
fair.
in history,
In past history,
So like,
yeah.
we'll be like, are you kidding me? There's only one chapter on COVID. Like that felt like my whole life.
Yeah. Well, this was like we've lived through stuff like obviously the war on Iraq and stuff like that like happened in our lifetime, but it like indirectly affected us. Like we didn't.
Oh yeah,
we
there's a
didn't go
lot.
fight,
There's a
you know
lot
what I'm
worse
saying?
things that have happened.
Yeah,
in
but
other
like
generations.
COVID obviously is something that everyone in the world it affected
Yeah.
directly to where like your life directly changed. You know, mask mandates, all this stuff, all directly changed your life, and that's something that like kids will be taught in school, even if it
Yeah.
is just like a brief
I
mention.
feel like it's a
Yeah.
generational thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, for instance,
Like-
I can't tell you much about the Spanish flu or the bubonic plague or stuff like that.
Well,
We were
you
talking
remember?
about them.
Do you remember
the Black Death? Is that the same as the bubonic
No.
plague?
What was Ebola? You remember Ebola?
Yeah, we lived through Ebola. That was 2012.
Yeah,
but
man.
Ebola never really made it to
No.
the U.S.
But you
Yeah,
remember
that
how
wasn't a huge
you remember how people
And,
thought like that
the-
was going to be
the
like the
Zika-
big thing?
what was it, Zika virus?
Zika virus.
There was a bunch of, like, stuff that broke out but
Gosh,
never made its
dang,
way.
man.
Yeah.
Ebola was crazy because I remember like a couple people got it like down in Texas and everybody was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then
That was like with food, right?
the crazy thing about COVID
Yeah, you
is that
just,
we
like-
all called it the coronavirus for like the first couple months, and then we all decided to start calling it COVID.
It was a lot easier to say COVID than
Rona.
That was like
coronavirus.
The Rona.
Corona. I
Wasn't
also
that,
thought it
like-
was fascinating that like the beer Corona like took a sales hits. Like people weren't
Yeah,
buying
man.
Corona, the beer,
They're
because
sick of it.
No, it's the name
Conspiracy theory. They
Corona.
Yeah.
Well, because like everyone was calling it the coronavirus
conspircy theory.
and calling
They
it
had
Corona.
they
and
had a
people
hand.
like didn't want it.
They had a hand in getting people to start calling it the COVID.
changing to COVID. There's a new
Yeah.
conspiracy theory.
Oh. That's probably accurate.
Probably not.
No, it's accurate.
Okay, it's accurate.
They got
Some guy Corona is probably sitting there. He's like, "Hey,
He just started like tweet botting COVID in all caps and getting it trending and making sure that the media was being correct.
Maybe.
Wild.
Wild stuff. Wild West.
Banter.
I mean,
the
think
wild
about
east.
Kanye. We've
What
lived through
about?
Kanye's life. That'll be in history books. Him and Pete Davidson's little skirmish going on.
A lot more to come with that story, I'm sure.
That's so fascinating. Every time I see like a new Kanye post, I just think it's fake.
You follow him?
No, I see it like shared on Facebook or like a TikTok talking about it, and then I go over to his Instagram to be like,
It
"There's
is
no way
hard
that's
to
real."
believe. It is hard to believe.
My man is just down bad right now.
dude, I saw you were hating on that coffee TikTok on Twitter."
Here's
yeah,
the deal.
Dude, as he's slurping
What the
down his
heck, man?
Starbucks.
No, because the issue is like, if you're gonna talk about specialty coffee and you're gonna like
Do it right.
talk about it all, like, then you can't be making.
Hunter is gatekeeping coffee.
No, I'm not at all. Not at all. But
Literally
the
gatekeeping.
beans and everything in it were clearly like Vienna Full City Plus roast. Like it was just dark roast. So why are we talking about specialty coffee when we're making
So
a
it's
pour
not
over with crap
specialty
coffee?
coffee.
No, it's crap.
It's not
It's
good?
crap. So why are we making
That's
like
embarrassing.
people enjoy the taste of that coffee? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'll go get a cup at Sheets as much as the next guy, but I'm not going to call Sheets coffee specialty coffee because it's not.
It's not what it is.
It's just coffee. So like, and the whole post was like, yeah, we've been triggered to think that like coffee's just this, commodity that you go through the drive-thru and all this, but it's so much more than that. While they're making just the exact coffee you get when you go through a drive-thru. I was like, well, if we're talking about that, what are we doing? That's a sick picture. That can be your profile picture.
It's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is me. Heck yeah, that's me. My profile picture.
Heck
Pretty
yeah.
cool. Pretty cool.
Those are pretty cool pictures. All right, well, I've got nothing else. Y'all bring any topics?
How do you feel about the tournament coming up Saturday?
As ready as I'm ever going to be,
All right.
which is not ready at all.
It's crazy because this is the most like low key don't care about tournament that I've ever entered. And I always tell myself that I'm not going to care anymore. And I think I really believe it this time, but I'm sure I'll get to that first 7-foot putt for par and I'll probably brick it because I'll be a little nervous.
Brody told me he's done with polos on the disc golf course.
Why is that?
He said that he just came to the realization that wearing a belt and wearing a polo was more restricting for disc golf because it's it makes sense for golf, but when you're doing a run up motion and getting into different positions of what you need to do to throw, that it was restricting him. So if he's allowed to wear clothes that make him more comfortable and he can perform better, why would he wear clothes that he couldn't?
I would just wear the polo and not.
So he's gonna wear
a belt.
nice dry fits and athletic shorts. Because he also said when he goes down to putt, sometimes the putt will hit the belt, which has happened to me before, where you hit it on your waist.
Fair
Well, I
enough.
feel like golf shorts are pretty athletic. I feel like
Yeah.
they're almost.
Well,
the same thing.
unless you're wearing a belt with them.
Right.
Yeah, I think that the key
That's
there
the
is
throw
the
off.
belt.
That's
That's the thing.
true.
I would just scrap the belt.
Yeah.
I would just.
But he was saying for polo shirts, he's like, I'm gonna just start wearing nice dry fits.
Fair enough.
I was like, dang, never thought I'd hear that. But here we are.
You got to get any kind of edge you can out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to make those 18 footers.
VII.
And for Trevor and I, anything to make our 10 footers.
I think if we actually play the yellow baskets.
Are you
We
showing
are.
up in a polo? Hunter?
Oh,
I already made a
yeah.
rule. I already made a rule
Are
for
we
myself.
going to coordinate
previous-
uniforms?
No.
We probably should.
I had made a rule when I played a lot of tournaments that only A tiers and above, I would wear polos every round. B tiers and C tiers, I didn't.
I might
B
wear-
tiers, I would wear nice dry fits and golf shorts. C tiers, I wouldn't give two fricks. 'cause
I might
it's a
wear
C
something
tier.
goofy.
This is a flex fit. I'm probably showing up
flex
in this.
fit?
Where are your Prodigy
Should we,
polo?
should we wear onesies?
Oh, no.
gotta
I
break it out,
could
dude.
wear what onesies?
Buy one. Buy some.
Oh, like you said, our onesies, as if we had some.
Oh, yeah, we definitely
could. I could wear the Prodigy polo. That'd be pretty funny. I might have to do that. But people won't realize them. Well, nobody's really
No.
gonna be there anyways.
That's the thing. It's no one's gonna be out there. I might try to get Liz to film it for Patreon. All three of us.
The entire round?
Yeah.
All right.
No, just
Subscribe on
shot by
Patreon.
shot. Yeah. Then we just put it on Patreon. I haven't confirmed it yet because she's on the fence if she wants to.
Well, if not,
That's
we
gonna be
could
a long
literally
video.
We could literally film.
No.
What? No, won't it be shot by shot?
Shot by shot. We're not gonna be talking to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't even need to do commentary.
It'll probably be about 30 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
mostly par threes.
Yeah, it's a short course. And if you do, when I did Pro Tour videos,
Is that yellow course going to chew you up and spit you out?
Dude.
That is messed up. Wait a second. No, you're not.
He's playing
Oh,
open.
you are playing open.
Yeah,
He-
dude.
he
I
shot-
don't know why you. Trevor. You shouldn't have told me.
I
to
told
play
you to play
NPO.
open because
Why?
because I said what baskets are we gonna play?
I
And
want
Hunter
my
went,
players pack.
And Hunter went. Oh my gosh. And Hunter went. If you want a players pack, just ask Justin for one, and he'll probably just give it to you. And Hunter went.
is
We're
a
definitely
joke.
gonna play all reds, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Well, I
And
assumed.
we all did,
Yeah.
and here we are at yellows.
Yeah.
Yellows are gonna chew you up and spit you
So
out.
like, no, they're not, dude.
They're kind of tough, man.
They are kind of tough.
Yeah, I
It's
know
like an
they're
8.
tough.
It's like probably like an 8-stroke
You just
difference
gotta have
for me.
false
difficulty.
confidence.
That's true.
Just
Only
gotta-
type of
How's
confidence I
the
ever
putt?
have.
Is the putt on?
It's better than it was.
That's not what I want to hear.
He
What would you do to
we
get your
looked
putt
up
back?
what his most recent round was out there, and it was rated about 850. I
Whose?
think. Trevor Silas. He went out and played
which
a
is
scored round.
which is what?
to yellows.
What'd you shoot?
He shot 75.
How many overs is that?
8.
8 over.
So what? 8 over. So last time I was out there, I shot 1 under.
66.
So that's 9 strokes better. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
So 9
That's
times
correct.
9 times like what? 12 points a rating.
I think it
So
was. I think it was
you-
way less.
That would be
10
like,
points a
I
rating.
think it was like 5 or 6.
5 points a rating.
I'll look it up. Because I shot a 62 in this tournament,
And
which is 5 under, and it was like 970 rated or 980.
Nah, no way.
Yeah.
What did the winner shoot? You were close to the lead.
Excel showdown. I lost by 5.
Somebody shot
I went
10
981,
down?
981.
Jeez.
Rozak went 56, 63. And he went 1030, 970.
Y'all just played yellows both rounds.
Wow.
And what did you say you shot?
I shot
66,
1 under. And it wasn't like my best
948.
golf. Okay, that's good. Because I could have played like a couple
Yeah.
shots better. So that's good. That means
That's
like my
solid.
decent golf is coming in around 950.
Yeah, I went 62, 62, and it was 981, 981.
We just need Nick Carl and Curry to play like trash.
Yeah.
for the ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need them both to shoot like
Apparently,
5, 6
when
under.
Brody played a tournament out there, Nick Carl played it, and he shot a 61. Brody and him both shot 61.
To the yellows.
Yeah. So, it's doable.
The
Doable.
yellows is not the same as the reds. Like
No.
not the same.
Not anywhere
It gets
close.
there's a few holes that are pretty dicey.
Dude, hole 2. Hole
Hole
16.
2, not reaching.
Hole
Two's tough.
16 is
I
tough.
3 did in the tournament, I think.
All right. Am I
Not
thinking?
thinking anymore.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
thinking
trying to
either
take a
15
par
or
every
16.
time.
That one's tough, where it's like the open and then goes through that tunnel of trees. And
Yeah,
the tee
towards
pad
the
is
end.
different.
It's
The one there's two
It's
holes
either
like that.
15 or 16.
There's 2 holes like that.
oh, it's 15.
The one with the
15,
back
okay.
tee pad,
Yeah,
that is
that's the
really
one.
tough.
Yep.
That hole, if you can get out of there with a
That's-
par. Last time I was there with my brother,
That's incredibly difficult.
he 3'd it.
Yeah, I think I
And
think
it
I
was
missed the
so sick.
Wow.
I either
You just
3'd
gotta
it
have
or I
two
missed the
great
putt
shots then.
playing
Yeah.
blind.
You got to throw
Like,
you got to throw 2
one
really
up to
good
the
shots.
tunnel
Yeah.
and then another
And he made a long
through
putt.
the tunnel to the basket. Wow.
Tough. That's who I got to beat out there.
Your brother?
Your brother?
Is he playing
What-
open?
Yeah.
What are the
Yeah.
what are the odds? What do you think? Is
I
he
beat him
better
last.
than you?
No, last time we went out there, I beat him by 1.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I
Your-
mean, he's
your
playing a
disc
lot.
golf is on right now, right?
Oof. It was. Well, here's the thing. If we go like timeline of the Texas trip,
Yeah.
without spoiling anything, but first match, for most of that match, and that's out now if you haven't seen it yet, I was playing really well, throwing the disc well. Towards the end of that match, I started getting the left release a little bit. That was my only miss. The second match, I kind of had that for the first half of the match, and then kind of picked it up a little bit towards the end. And then we played like one more fun round. And the whole first day I was playing well also. But we played one more fun round at the end of the trip, and I was throwing well again. So I left on a good note. I got the Yukon hammer now.
Have you even thrown that?
No, dude.
Are you gonna get out there before the tournament? Are you just
Probably
gonna?
not.
You just
No,
gonna
we just roll up.
That's
roll
not how
up?
I roll,
we
man.
tee off at 140.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
roll
there.
up at
Yeah,
138.
I
and
promise you
say,
I will get there at
Where's
like,
the first tee and what's the course
Yeah.
record?
I will get there at like 135, like, and just walk up to the front tee. Like, I'm not gonna warm
Good
up.
for you, man.
I'm not gonna warm up.
I
The
don't care
pitch and
about this
putt is in.
It's in.
Yeah.
Oh,
They put that
I
in
was wondering
fast.
what that was.
It's in.
Holy cow.
There's like what 4 or 5 baskets.
Something like that.
Oh, so it's not fully in then.
I don't.
They're gonna do 9.
There's not tee
Are they?
pads, is there?
No, I think right now it's just kind of basket to basket. it looks
Okay,
like. But
that's what I
there's
thought.
baskets
I didn't
there,
see
and
that.
this was
So
weeks
we're
ago. This was weeks
Ivy
ago.
Hill, the local golf club here,
Yeah.
golf course here. They announced that they're doing they're like redoing their whole practice area, and they're gonna have a 18 hole practice putting green.
Putting green, yeah,
Oh.
that's cool.
But the way he was describing
Like a
it,
little
it seemed
putting
like there's
course.
gonna be like a little putting course.
Yeah.
and then a 60-yard Bermuda grass chipping area around it.
Mm-hmm. Oh
He
yeah.
said it'll be done by July. so.
The first golf course I worked at had a chipping, like an amazing short game area it was just this massive chipping area with like multiple greens, multiple bunkers, tons of shot space to hit all kinds of different like approach shots. And it is just amazing.
Did
It's
you
the
ever
best.
watch those videos where this I don't remember the channel on YouTube, but he goes in and he just reviews the courses and the resorts that are super expensive?
I've seen videos like that, yeah.
Those are cool.
Yes. Golf resorts and courses are nuts.
And they're all crazy nice. Everyone has their name on the
Lockers
locker
and stuff.
and everything.
Yeah, man. Bougie.
But I mean, for the thousands that you're paying.
Bougie. I want pizza so bad.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Why?
Because I packed my lunch.
Let's do it. I packed my lunch too.
No,
Our wives
dude,
will never know.
I'm not. Yeah, my wife watches this podcast,
Dang it, Kenzie, turn this next part off.
and
Trevor.
also I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna wait until she's gone this weekend. No, see that's even worse.
that's even worse. He would never. I'll watch him this weekend. Hey, go JoJo's. She can't. hear this
No,
part
no,
Dude, no, JoJo's. Come on, dude.
Yeah, JoJo's sucks.
JoJo's-
now. We had Texas style pizza in Texas.
Yeah, dude. What do you know about
You ever heard
Texas
about Texas
style?
Is
style?
that
dude?
just a massive
Oh, he doesn't know
slice?
about Texas
Dude,
style.
Is that
if you
just
don't
like
know about
Benny's?
Texas style,
Is
what?
that just
No.
like
No,
No.
they basically the crust is super soft and buttery. It's like eating
That's the good one.
garlic breadsticks, and they fold it over a certain way, so there's sauce underneath the crust too.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty legit. It was good. We also had this wood-fired place at the end that was some of the best pizza I've ever had.
It was incredible.
It was a good time for
Gotta go down to
pizza.
Texas just for pizza.
It is pretty funny. That, we went in that good Texas style, man. It's their
I don't
style.
think it's a real thing. I'm gonna Google it.
Texas.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
actually-
sure it was just
yeah,
that.
Well, that's great marketing then. If it's not a thing,
If
like
only one.
honestly,
place is
if I were opening a pizza place right now, you know what the first thing I would do is
Virginia
I would
style
what?
Virginia style pizza.
No, it'd be Lynchburg style.
Oh,
pizza.
it is a thing.
I would go
The
even-
Texas style crust is well known at Sauced. That's the place we went. It's well known at Sauced is a sauce stuffed crust brushed with garlic butter on top.
Ah,
It was created by the owner's father.
So we went to the home of Texas style pizza.
Yeah, this is
And
about.
that place was empty. What is everybody doing?
Well, we went to a secondary.
Go to they have multiple locations.
multiple locations.
Everybody
All
needs
right.
to be going to Sauced.
Yeah.
sauced. Are they only in Texas?
Fascinating.
Only Texas
Fascinating.
style.
I
There's
know,
pictures
but
of it on Google.
You would like to bring Texas style to
No.
other states.
No. We could We could just start a Texas style pizza joint
Yeah.
here.
You know they put in a crepe place downtown.
Yeah.
Crepe.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's only open till 3:30 though.
yeah, it
What a
sucks.
bummer.
Well, that's breakfast. Crepes are
Well,
breakfast.
no, they have
how
savory
can a
ones
working
too.
man get a crepe?
Yeah, how can the working man get a crepe?
Same thing with the
wake
bagel.
up
Took
a
it-
little. Wake up a little.
I'll tell you
early.
how. When we drive over there in the middle of work,
Yeah. We'll make a TikTok about getting a crepe.
going to get crepes at the Batter Bar. This is just like a Lynchburg and Texas food advertising podcast right now.
Have you guys heard of that milkshake or that? Yeah, it's a
Crazy
milkshake place, right?
Masons.
Yeah.
Don't go near Crazy Masons, dude.
Why?
Because it's a joke.
Looks good.
$15, bro.
For that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Line out the door. Here we go. Hunter had to say something.
Hunter, have you been there?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
What do you?
Stupid.
Well, it was
Define
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
I want Mr. Goodies
So
too. Let's
the
get
cheapest
pizza
thing
and
on their
Mr.
menu,
Goodies.
the cheapest milkshake was $10.
Oh my goodness.
And it was just a plain
Dude,
milkshake.
I could get
and
a
amazing
Macaretta for cheaper.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Crazy Mason.
Just saying, get a full
so
meal.
Here's the thing
hungry.
about Crazy Mason. It is a touristy place. Like they have them at Gatlinburg, Myrtle
Yeah.
Beach. That makes sense.
Right.
You're at Myrtle Beach. You're walking at Broadway by the beach. You go in. You pay $15 for a milkshake. You're on vacation. You don't think twice. No one's vacationing in Lynchburg, Virginia.
No.
So it's not. People aren't going to regularly go and pay $15 for a milkshake. And if they do, they're crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the people. You just gotta try it. You know.
Yeah, I
Like
tried
the
it.
people there are.
I would have rather it was.
Are like, hey, I just tried this once.
It wasn't that much more impressive than just a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something.
That's
and
not
I'd have
good.
rather just had
That's
that.
not good for him.
No. All right, that's the show. Talk to you next week.